Ready? Okay. Well, all right then. Okay, so we are here. We are at the Pierce College, Pierce Drone Academy. Pierce Drone Academy, where we learn how to fly drones. I guess we do now. Okay, so 525 fiasco here. I think I did a video. It's been a couple months, right? I think I did a video flying over there by the grass. And by the way, we're blocked by a lot of trees here, but we do have some better clearing, but we got a good amount of trees. So this'll be a good test. So okay, so if I recall, let me see if I can recall here. So we were testing the Oasis fly, and the Speedy Bee, I was doing bigger battery tests, the weight ratios with bigger batteries and how long it could fly, which honestly it seemed like it was flying about the same as a little bit lighter battery. Like I think, what did I have, a 2200 mAh LiPo, and I think I was flying about the same as the 18, or the 18 might have been out flying the weight, but I didn't get enough flight time, because first we clocked it at 91 miles per hour instead of 84 with the 5.1 props, HQ props, instead of the 5 point. So that 1 millimeter on each prop, that was a 7 mile per hour difference from 1 millimeter on the props. Okay, so but we crashed. Remember, I was doing ground skimming, and then I crashed, and I was laughing because it landed like all sideways. It was funny. Okay, so I put that video up. That was a couple months ago. So I had some time, and I fixed the drone. And okay, so let's go through this really quick. Okay, so, and we did an upgrade. Okay, so remember the GPS popped out, so I bought a new GPS for $15. What else? Oh, one of the feet came off, and I noticed that the guy, remember I bought this thing used, so the guy had these purple TPU, 3D printed TPU feet, and these are the factory whatever that I had from some of the upgrade parts, fixing it. So these are the factory feet. And then we had fucked up 2 props, so I put on new props, which are cheap enough, right? Like $3 or something for a baggie for props. And then finally, the big upgrade here. Oh, I did 2 things. Okay, so the big upgrade here is I put in a Gemini receiver, a Radiomaster XR4 crosstalk or whatever, true diversity receiver here, because distance, these things, ELRS, I got some people flying fixed YouTubes of people flying fixed wings with over 100 kilometers. This thing, I get about 1,500 feet, and it's like, come on, signal loss. And I'm like, why are they now? Now, a lot of those times I'm blocked by these trees and things, like I might be over there. And, you know, if I'm flying out that way, there's the signal, the ELRS or LoRa or whatever signal is clipping sort of the trees. But still, if you can fly 100 kilometers on Express LRS, then I should easily get, you know, 2.5 kilometers or even miles for that matter with these trees here. You know, I'm watching guys do flights on some drones for, what was it, like 13 kilometers on the LRS, and of course he's on the ocean and there's no trees. I don't know. So anyways, I had 2.4 gigahertz, and I was doing all my tests. I was doing 100 milliwatt. Wait, let's do 100 milliwatt to 1 watt power, and then about 50 or 100 hertz to really 250. I fucked around with 500, but it's pointless because I really need the range. So I said, you know what? I have to take this whole fucking thing apart. Why did I have to take the whole thing apart? I had to replace I don't remember, something broke in here, and I had to, you know, take the whole fucking thing apart. So I said, you know what, I'm going into the flight controller here. I might as well wire up a new fucking, you know, $30 a fucking Gemini, which is a combination of 915 megahertz and 2.4 gigahertz. And what the diversity or the Gemini does is it alternates from 900 to 2.4 depending on it really is meant for penetration, so for packet loss. So what's happening is you're flying out this way and you're losing packets. You can't get the packets, the transmitter can't get the packets to the receiver, and different frequencies are better for different things. Some frequencies are better for sending back, sending this. So what the Gemini does is, and I'm not, without getting technical here, because I'm not, as far as that level of really understanding the packet transfer, I'm not 100% sure, but it's bouncing, it's alternating, saying do this on this frequency and do that on that frequency, and it's making your signal a lot stronger, so you're not losing your signal. By the way, it's pretty windy, so it's not the best flying day. It's not crazy. It's about, feels like it's about 10 to 14 mile per hour winds or something. It's not horrible, but okay. So also you'll notice with the receiver here, look at the size of the fucking antennas, because this would be the 2.4. I had two of these, one here and one here, and the 900s, big old fuckers. Okay, so he's got big old black man antennas, right? Okay, so we're gonna do a test flight. Was there anything else? There wasn't anything else. So I fucked a foot up. I did notice there was only 3 screws in one of the motors. That could have been my wobble on the jello effect on the camera, but I doubt it. We're in tested gem. Oh, that's right. I put on SMA connectors. So I had my old antennas. I'm trying to remember what happened. One antenna popped out. That's why I had to take it apart. That's why. One antenna popped out, or maybe it was halfway out, and I tried to pull a little tighter, and I ripped it out. And on the, well, I guess it doesn't matter, but on the 04 Pro Air unit, you have to actually unscrew 2 screws and lift the cover off the VTX to mount the antenna. So you really have to unscrew all this shit, pull him out, he's inside the purple aluminum, and then reattach the antenna. So what I did was I bought these SpeedyB antennas, which could be any antenna, right, just provided the right length, and I mounted SMA pigtails, so I can just unscrew. Okay, so at any time I can unscrew the antenna or put on different antennas. Technically, if I was on 900 megahertz, I'd want a different size antenna. 900 hertz, wait, megahertz? I would want a different size antenna, right? And then switch to 2.4 gigahertz, I'd want a different size antenna. So well, you just unscrew, right? Whatever. Okay, so anyways, I'm not gonna need to deal with anything like that, but I just do it. If you're gonna do it right. Correct? If you're gonna do it right. Okay, so I put some SMA connectors. Okay, so we finally had some time to do that. We're gonna fire it up. We're gonna do a test flight here. We're gonna do a test flight. I checked everything on beta flight, it looks okay. Now the question is, we're gonna fly it and see. Now here's the big question here is these fucking trees. But you know, this will be a good test here for the Gemini for penetration, right? So if I can fly with my LQ at 100 or close to full signal without signal loss, you know, compared to before, right, I'll be a happy cat. We got some foliage here, and honestly, I'm still trying to figure out. I'm still learning here, but my Avata seems to deal with it a lot better. My Avata 2. I could, right here, I've been flying about 1,500, 2,000 feet. My Avata goes there, it's like solid, okay? It hits the end of there, it's solid. I get to about 1,000, 1,500 feet. RS loss, you know, turn it around before you go into failsafe. I haven't tested this thing on failsafe either yet, so I'm really nervous because, you know, beta flight's a lot more glitchy than the factory built shit, right? You know, it's like some people are like, well, it kind of worked, and you know. Okay, so anyways, that being said, it'll be an interesting test. I wish it wasn't so windy though, but you know, the freestyle drones deal with wind a lot better than the Sinwhoop designs because of the ducks, no ducks. So anyways, we're just gonna fly it, you know, and see how it flies and check the penetration and distance with the Gemini and make sure it flies like it did, right? Of course, it was having a little problems before. Remember, I got this thing used, and so you don't know. I've done a lot of the tests, you know, like I put the motors, checking the voltage. I don't know what you call it. There's in beta flight, you can check the based on voltage, the noise level. So if you bring the RPMs up to like 2,000 RPMs or whatever, you can see if there's a wobble in the rotations and things. So everything looks okay. So let's see, because you know, I'm still learning here. That remember that in my life you're not allowed to learn. You buy a fucking drone. You said you were a professional drone pilot and won all the racing awards. Well, I just bought the drone, just like cars at 16, right? You bought a car. You said you were a professional engine builder. I never said I was a professional engine builder. I said when I was 16, I was building some engines and fucking around with cars and taking auto shop classes, and worked for Star Auto House Mercedes, where they were not cutting the brake lines. They were loosening the lugs on the wheels, saying take Chuck Norris's car home to him, and all these freaky things that shouldn't be happening. This has happened everywhere I've been since 5 years old. Rotating, no matter what state, didn't matter, rotating from person to person. How can we gaslight, gang stalk, make this guy look crazy, rid him of the world? Ha, it's just a joke. It's just a never-ending joke. It's just a never-ending prank that happens daily, minute by minute, with worldwide conspiring groups and courthouses and judges, and we're using the Mike Huntley, we're using the judicial system against you. It's your behavior. I think you're weird. The Aubrey Fisher with LAPD. I think you're weird, so therefore I have the right to hunt you and kill you with worldwide groups, and it's your behavior. I have the right to kill you with worldwide groups. People don't buy more than one drone. People don't buy more than one car. People don't take more than one walk, so we have the right to hunt you and kill you with worldwide groups. I can swear it said that killing people is illegal, and it's like one of the worst crimes out there, right? Okay, so but LAPD says no, they are allowed to, because they don't like me. Like Eric Christensen in 1991 with Sherry Christensen and Kelly Hatch and San Diego Police Department. Some girl named Kat and Jen tried to make me look crazy, set me up, frame me, work on the obsessional looping game, we're trying to get course false confessions, you name it. Okay, so let's fly. Let's see, and maybe I don't know what kind of battery power I have. Oh, we still have good battery power. So maybe I'll video the takeoff here, and then, you know, I'm not gonna be able to turn off the camera. And let's just see what happens here. Okay, so we're at Pierce Collage. Well, all right then. Probably not. Let's see how well my repairs are, and see what's gonna need to be fixed next, right? Okay. Okay, so some of the more important fixes here is the LEDs are working, and this is the most important here. I bought some little stick tip things here, like little pokies here, and honestly though, this thing's kind of bulky though. I kind of like my my Zorro better, even though it doesn't have battery power. It doesn't have Gemini built in, but I can get a Gemini module, and it's nice and small. But okay, so whatever, you know. Hey, I'm the Fonz. Okay, so eat your potatoes, and let's just see how this thing does here. I'm having a bad hair day. And I'm kind of tired today from lack of blowjob. I suffer from the lack of blowjob disease, and that's the problem. So I'm extremely exhausted today from lack of blowjobs. So that's important that you know that. Alright, so, knock on wood. Alright, this battery is not fully charged. I do have other batteries, but let me just double check. I seriously can't see shit. I think it's in view because this is a fucking mega wide angle lens. So are we? Yeah, it's gotta be. Okay. Alright, so let's just do this thing and let's do this thing. Alright, where do I? Alright. That's really weird. It's stuck on 6. However, I am learning some things here that why does the magnetometer change? This way is 180 and then that way is 180. That's a good question here. That's going to solve one of my other problems. This thing only wants to get 6 oh, 5, 6. Come on, can we get fucking 8 satellites? Hey, this is acting all weird, but alright, so I don't know why I won't get more than 6 GPS satellites. I mean, it could be the location, but I've never had a problem before. But it's a new GPS, so let's just turn it off. And all my apps, everything is acting all weirdo. So let's just shut off my magnetometer's weird shit. Okay, so config, right? There it is. Config. Let's double check here how many satellites I have before I shut this off. 6. All right. GPS with glasses. Off. All right. So we should be able to start up now. That's annoying. All right. So. You off, right?
Inactivity alarm. Telemetry lost. Inactivity alarm. Lights off. Lights on.
Okay, combine.
Telemetry recovered. Lights off. Lights on.
Let's just. See what starts up. Now the battery's probably super low on it. There we go. All right. Should I change batteries, or let's see. Let's do a quick test here. No, we can fly. All right. We're going to 21 volts. That's right. Okay. So let's see. He's okay. Okay, battery. 3.5 on the dot. Okay, we still recording? Yeah. Okay, so this battery should be fully charged. GPS is off. I'll fuck around a little more with another battery. I don't know why I'm only getting 6 satellites. Link quality was better, but it's still sort of, when I get to the structure over there, it starts to draw. There's something maybe on the solar cells or whatever that is. Okay, so, but we'll see. Alright, so this will be longer than a 2-minute flight. Okay, I'm gonna head out that way, do a distance test to what I usually fly, see if anything is different. Okay, 4.16, yeah, we're charged, okay. That was weird. It battery drain. The battery must be getting old. The battery went a little below 3.4. It said low battery. Normally the battery sag, by the time I land, they're actually 3.6 or something. This thing discharged from like 3.3 to 2.6. No, 2.3 or something. This thing might be bad. Alright. So, whatever. Alright. It's flying good though. And it's a little windy. Distance wise, it feels better on Gemini. Oh, let's try. There's another Gemini setting here. Oh, and pump up the wattage too. How do I do that? Oh. In the Lua script, right? We're gonna go packet rate X100, and then we're gonna go down to. Okay, I'm on 100 milliwatt. Let's go with fucking 1 watt. There we go. There we go. And I hear a car behind me. Guy's doing circles. It's kind of weird. Probably one of these angry people, right? Deal with them all fucking day. Well, you can't do this here. Oh. Maybe like, why can't I do this here? Recording in case this guy gets in my face. No, he's with kids. We're okay, he's with kids. Okay, we're on 1 milliwatt. And we changed the settings a little. See if what that changes. What was the flight time? 3 minutes? 3:43. Fucking horrible. Alright. Okay, we plugged back in the GPS. He is happier. I got 17 satellites. I don't know what was going on. I've angled my... Oh, he's loose. He's coming loose. There's some tightening there. I've angled my camera up. Let's go a little more. Okay. Because when you're flying, or you're going fast, this thing doesn't have a fucking adjustable gimbal like the fucking DJI. Okay, so I've been having this thing close to level for learning, but now I'm pointing downwards when I fly. So let's. Okay, I might do more manual mode. Let's see. We're gonna fuck with the GPS. Let's see what the GPS. Uh-oh. The GPS, I really don't need it in this area because I know the area. Okay, we got satellites. Oh, I'm an idiot. I did it again.
Telemetry recovered.
That's gonna change everything. Alright. Oh fuck, the wind's picking up. Do it. Distance test. Shit, the battery's pretty fucking low. So we're gonna have one little test here. There we go. No signal loss. Oh, there it is. There's our magical spot. Something's going on there. But it's way better. That's way better. Okay. 2,700 feet, full signal. There we go. All right. Okay, so where are we at here? Okay, I keep fucking forgetting. This is my biggest problem in the beginning. The antennas. Okay, we went 2,700 feet that way. Stayed at LQ 100%. We flew over this building thing that goes crazy, but so that's something else. Okay, so now I think we have one more battery. It's a bigger battery. We're gonna have a little fun flying. And what was the flight? Oh, this battery was low. It still flew 4 minutes longer than the other. I don't even get it. Okay. So anyway, so we got everything. Let's go do a GPS check. I think my GPS is the wrong direction. My magnetometer's not right, but okay, I'm gonna shut this off. Okay, alright, so 1800 mAh, 5-minute flight. I got about 7.5 to 8 minutes before. I don't know what changing the fucking equation here. Am I using more juice? I don't know. Those other batteries, my 1500s, are getting like 3 to 5 minutes top, more like 3 to 4 minute flights. I didn't charge them, like they were sat charged for like a month, so that could be it. All these, really, none of these I charged, so that could be it. I'm new to this hobby and lipos and charging lipos and shit, so however, I kind of miss, my DJI, at least flying aggressively, gets 8 minutes, so I would like to match at least that. Really like 15-20 minute flights, performance flights. I don't think that's possible. I might need a 7-inch or something like that, whole bigger batteries. And then I pointed my camera up a little, and I'm flying a lot fucking faster because I like having the DJI, you push on the scroll on the dial and you can adjust the gimbal pitch. However, when you're flying with these things, in order for the camera to stay level, see, I can adjust the angle here. And I've had it almost flat because learning, and if it's flat, you're flying slower. So now it's upwards, so you can see the props are pulling a higher speed this way. So whatever, you know, you sort of manually adjust it. It kind of sucks. I like to, because when I'm flying the DJIs, you know, I'm looking at shit, right? I'm moving the gimbal to look at shit. Like I'll fly level and I'll point it down, and I can see what's below me, right? And still fly slow. These are meant for freestyle and acrobatics, but you know, you can build what you want, right? So it doesn't have to be that way, you know. But that's sort of the thought behind them. So you know, people don't take it seriously. Like, you can still buy aftermarket ones, but you know, they're kind of Mickey Mouse. But I mean, they work good, but they don't look right. But so what? Anyways, the battery. Okay, so my GPS seems to be mounted. I believe the what do you got? The orientation, I think, is off, because I checked my compass and that's 90 and that's 150. On this thing it's on this thing it's 90, 150. It's like 350 or something on my phone. So this thing's, the GPS is not oriented right on the beta flight. Okay, so that's one of our problems. All right, so everything was a success though. It flew good. Do we have the Jello effect? That's a good question. Okay, so it flew good still, because we took it all apart. We noticed the one motor was missing a screw. Other than that though, you know, put it back together. It flies good and it's fast and it's flying good. Oh, LQ. So once I pumped up to 1 watt, the antenna's on the radio, 1 watt and 100 full crosstalk, I think it's called. I was at 2,700 feet distance that way, where I'm always testing it. It was solid. It was 100. LQ was 100% all the way there, and I flew all the way there out to the football field stadium there. It was pretty solid. There are some structures though. There is a structure over there which is every single time. Even though I'm at 2,700 feet, I come back 1,500 feet, I fly by that metal. And I think what it is, it's a carport, and I think there's solar cells on the roof of each thing, and it's flipping out the RF. I'm guessing that's what it is. But whatever it is over there, consistently to the point where it says critical loss, it's like, oh shit. There was a point where I just about disconnected and it grabbed it again. That was before I had 1 watt. And okay, so we're getting that dialed in. Now, I guess the big tests here are to fly this thing in an area where there's no... I'm surrounded by trees right here. And even probably if I'm down on that grass field, I'm probably better off because there's no trees right around me. So at least we can do an upwards angle without interference. Right here. I mean, okay, so that's sort of a good test. Okay, so I flew 2,700 feet that way to DeSoto. And technically, this tree is really fucking with the signal. And it was solid. So technically, if I were to be standing here and I just wanted to be in the shade, okay, and flew this way, now we don't have that tree and we have an upwards angle. We're still clipping this tree over here a little, but you know, if I'm 400 feet up, right? Okay, so the real test here is to go to fucking like Lancaster or something, or Palmdale, where there's no fucking, it's all like flat lands, and just fucking go up on a sort of a ridge and just fucking fly it, see fucking what it can do, right? See if I can go 5,000 feet out. Probably will. However, battery issues. Yeah, most of these batteries here, and like I said, I didn't charge them. I charged them like a month ago, maybe even longer, and they sat charged. I think that's probably a big no-no. And one actually, it hit 3.3 volts, and I was about to land it, and it jumped down to 2.3 or something and discharged and said I have no thrust. It just landed by itself pretty much. Luckily it was close. And the 1800, which was getting 7 minutes, once again he was sitting charged. I mean, he was charged, but he wasn't recently charged. So I don't know how these things deal with that. 5 minutes instead of 7.5, and I don't know if it's something in the drone that's changed, or it's using more power to do something, or okay, but I think they advertise 8 to 11 minute flights with 1500 mAh batteries. I don't know, but you know, everything, you know how it is. Everything's fucking DJI says Avata 23-minute flights, and then you read the fine print here. It's like, yeah, but you on normal mode with all the safeties and at not exceeding 20 miles per hour. Okay, well, that drone goes 60 miles per hour. So do the math. You're using a lot more battery at 60 miles per hour, you know, averaging 40 to 60 miles per hour, and on manual mode you're getting 8 minutes, not 23 minutes. Okay, and even on sport mode you're still getting 10 minutes. Okay, so you're not, so those specs, hey, you can buy a new Mavic, whatever, 4 or 3 or Pro, and it's, you know, 45-minute flights. Yeah, if you're babying it, right? If you're driving it like a fucking grandma. Okay, so and people want to fucking fly, right? Well, the Mavic, the photography is sort of a different. Videography, drones is a little bit different ball game, because a lot of times you want to go slow to get the shot, and you want to slow, steady, and okay, but you know, they don't fly like freestyle FPV drones, right? They don't. Like, this thing will fucking do 100 million rolls and flips, and I can weave through shit, and I can do it at 100 miles per hour, which is still kind of slow to me. But obviously I'm not always flying that fast, and it's rare that I am flying that fast. This one mine only goes 91 though, so I'm still trying to figure that one out. And okay, Gemini, much better. Distance wise, well, I mean, okay, so Gemini isn't about distance, it's about reliability and penetration, and technically ELRS, we're seeing fixed wings fly 100 fucking kilometers on ELRS. So what's the difference? The difference is this is making the packet rate more solid, so that you have less packet drop or packet loss for disconnection into failsafe, which, you know, if you're not configured right, you're just gonna fucking drop to the ground. So you know, and then you gotta go fucking find it, you gotta fix it. So that's good. That was success. That was, I don't know what that thing, I'm gonna research if solar cells fuck with RF signals. Alright, everything was great, minus flight times, so I still drive me great because the fly's so fucking good, but the flight times suck, right? Okay, so it's like going back to the Avata is like, the only reason I want to go back to my Avata, I mean, okay, yeah, it's got the ducts for safety, and if I'm doing close range with people or around cars or something for, you know, cinematography or whatever, but I might want to upgrade to a Cinewhoop FPV design, fly better. However, the battery, I need at least fucking good 10 minutes, right? And there's some tricks that people use, lithium ion instead of lipos. You bork the power, but they last longer, and you know, and I don't fly crazy anyways. I don't do fucking crazy acrobatics. I'm pretty conservative anyways with my flights. However, as they get better, that might change, right? Okay, so anyways, let's shut the fuck up and get some food here, get some breakfast, and all this fucking orange paint from construction work on Topanga Canyon. All right, so let's go in. So that was a success. So the Speedy Bee is fixed, and we're good. So the next, oh, that's right, we're getting some VTX loss though. We're getting some VTX loss, and I was reading that you're really not supposed to change the length, the antenna length, and I don't know if, right, these weren't really, these didn't come with the DJI 04 Air unit, and there's some lengthy, a little bit longer cable, pigtail here, going onto the VTX, and so I was getting, now I'm not sure, fuck, it was in the red there, you know, it might be my location though, so a good test would be to go to where I always fly, and see if we get the VTX drops. It seems like it's a little worse though. It does seem like a little worse, but okay. So these are VTX.